The only way to make social change, the only way to make something that's sustainable is if you have a community to rely on, and if you have relationships, and if you practice that reciprocity with your community of like, hey, I got your back. The spaces that I've been in have really helped me to feel like I have a community. I did not always want to go to UVU. It was always an option for me though. At first I was planning on playing college soccer at a D2 school in Iowa because I had gotten like a full ride there. I graduated 2020 and it was like right when the pandemic was hitting and everything. I just couldn't afford to move across the country with really no support. So I was like, what can I do? Like, what other schools around me are available to me and what I want to do? And because I had family here, my siblings are here, I decided to come to UVU. Originally, I was a pre-med major because I knew that I wanted to help people in some way. I wasn't exactly sure, and medicine just seemed like the way to go because my sisters were doing something in medicine and everything. And I realized that the way that I wanted to help people was more rooted with learning about different systems that are often not built for people. And I want to learn about all of these different systems and learn about how policies play a role, how, human interactions play a role, how power dynamics play a role in everything. And I realized that sociology brings me just that. I've learned so much through sociology, and more than I could ever imagine. It just helps me think beyond surface level and really think into the root causes of problems, really think of like the historical context of issues that, social issues that continue to happen every single day. After everything with the Black Lives Matter movement that happened here in Salt Lake, I started to get really involved and wanting to learn more about why do these issues continue to happen. Through sociology and through becoming more educated about these issues and learning about people's experiences, that's what pushed me to change majors. I recently got involved with the Center for Social Impact. They were doing these alternative break trips over the spring, and I signed up for it, and I got to go to Santa Fe and stuff and learn about the indigenous communities there in Santa Fe, and got to go to different art museums and everything. I did the Design for Impact competition right after with a couple friends that I made during the trip. We actually ended up doing it on the Great Salt Lake, specifically with environmental sovereignty, about the lack of indigenous voices at the table when it comes to making policies and laws for the Great Salt Lake. And it was through the alternative break trip where I got to make these friends, got to compete, and then I ended up signing up to become a fellow at the Center for Social Impact. My specific role is I'm a strategy fellow, and with strategy fellows we do things like we have a social impact metrics lab at the center, and we pick like an organization that we want to pretty much audit on the impact that they're having. As strategy fellows, they're geared for us to learn about, be strategic thinkers and be strategic planners. So with the Sim Lab specifically, we pick an organization. My organization is a nonprofit that specifically focuses on learning about Mexican art and culture and stuff. And they also do like different like writing, different mediums of art and stuff. So as my role as an auditor is to ensure that what they're doing aligns with what their mission and values are. And we just pretty much tell them like, oh, this is where your organization is, is doing good things that are impactful, that's aligned with your missions. And this is where like there are some flaws and stuff. And then the competitions are supposed to bring more students involved with the center, and you're allowed to choose a topic that you're really passionate about, and you're like you compete, and then there's like a award for competing. And these competitions allow students to think, also do like systems thinking. So like you map a system, you literally go through the process of like, what's the root cause of the problem? What are some perceptions about this specific problem or whatever? And then for Design for Impact, it's more where you like ideate potential interventions for a problem. I really hope to try to create a community where we focus on being intentional with the type of conversations that we have and then just being there for each other. I think a lot of college students lack that community and lack that, space for them to just, have conversations, just come hang out. The spaces that I've been in have really helped me to feel like I have a community, and I really hope that I can be a part of that, to continue to have that same, so that everyone can feel the same way and feel like they have a place here. UVU is a place for community.